Hello, friends. You are 17819987. Back again with more Pokemon Sword casual gameplay. We have just come out of Monostoke, and we are now running towards Hammerlock. We have to go through the wild area, and to be totally honest, I searched through this section for like 30 minutes and didn't find anything eventful, but I assure you this episode is jam-packed with content, so strap yourselves in and prepare for a lot of battles, because there is a lot of battles. So we skipped past a whole bunch of story just now, and we're in Hammerlock. And I've collected some items. There's a BP shop here, but you can't even access this until later. So I think this is also related to the post-game content, which we are ironically working towards. I picked up some balls because we are running low on them, and dusk balls and timer balls are very handy to have around. So, for the agenda for this part will be to evolve some Pokemon and train some more, but really we're going to try to get to the next gym leader, who is Bea, the 4th gym leader. And we are going to have lots of small adventures on the way. So, this is just the preparation before that. And back to the wild area very briefly. I do believe that next time I play through and record, I'll check what has changed and see what's new and what's poppin' in the wild. And yeah, the choices this time weren't too great. Nothing too interesting to me. So yeah, we're still stocking up here. The last time I was in the wild area, I ended up using a lot of balls because I was catching so much. So, we are currently in Hammerlock. I've skipped through some of the story that was not relevant. Here's a fun fact. This guy right here, talk to him, Mr. Focus. He'll challenge you to a basic battle. And he does give you an important item, so you should fight him. He has a level 2 Cottony, and I believe it has probably Endeavor. And the key here is it's going to use Endeavor if you hit it, and then it survives with the Focus Sash, just like that. So yeah, if you know what to expect, it's not dangerous. And I just hit him with the Bullet Punch, and boom, shakalaka, it's done. I actually forgot that Cottony was a fairy type there, which is kind of funny. But yeah, if you fight this guy right next to the Pokemon Center, he will give you a Focus Sash, which can be a very helpful item, especially for Pokemon that don't take hits very well. So yeah, we got our Focus Sash, and I also spent some time looking around and finding other items. I also go into this clothing shop because I was a little tired with what I had on hand. And pay careful attention. What's changed? I'll let you decide. Okay, so we're going to move on. Hammerlock is littered with items. They're everywhere. So, if you're playing through the game, I would highly recommend you check every nook and cranny, because they have items everywhere here. There's another Pokemon Center over here, and that one has TMs, I believe. TMs for the special seller. Yes, and that's what I thought. I bought. Now the TMs are not cheap. They're 10,000 each, and for example, we have 80,000 here. So if you're not careful, you can spend a lot of money. I went ahead and bought Fire Spin and Bullet Seed, which are some personal favorites of mine. And yeah, nothing too interesting else otherwise. And we're going to continue on. There is an important item hidden over here. The muscle band is an important item, definitely. Boosts all your physical moves. But that was not it. Yeah, I guess I should ask, how are you doing right now? How are you doing during the coronavirus events that are taking place? And if you're thriving or if you are having trouble, I hope you are enjoying your current situation, and that I hope things get better. So back to the gameplay. We are currently arming our Pokemon for battle. And this was a kind of funny thing. I thought that Kiku would learn Fire Spin. It actually does not, which surprised me. Maybe when it evolves it'll learn it, but I was kind of bummed. So we're gonna sneak on over here. There's a Team Yell battle here over the Silly Cobra. Silly Cobra? I don't know how you say that. And this is the funniest gag of the entire game. It makes me laugh every time. Just let the old lady through. Anyway, so Hop, who has just come off of fighting against Kirby and lost, is now helping us. So he's gonna do another one of the linked duel battles here, and it makes our life a little bit easier. But psych, he actually doesn't. So I thought he was going to do a double battle with us, but he actually did not. So we start out with our Rock Smash, and we're just going for the classic 1-2 punch, and I actually got poisoned, which is probably not a good start. And we follow up with a Bullet Punch just to take him out. I can't get super effective damage because he's poison type. I do love Stunky and Skuntank though, they're great Pokemon. Linen was easy. It's double weak to fighting type moves, so boom, gone. We get our health back. And that is the first battle. Now watch it, he said, Hop said, I'll leave it up to you, I'm not feeling it. Which I was like, bruh, man, come on now. So I fake out, it's just kind of the same movement for Rock Smash, fake out, and then a strong punch, and finish off with the Bullet Punch. It's a really good combo. I don't know how to say otherwise. I do change my move setup later, and in retrospect, Ice Punch is a little bit better, especially since if you think about it, I've got and there's agility too, but let's be honest, Hitmonchan doesn't need agility. Okay, well, let's set that aside for a second. This lady is quite irritating. She has a Clefairy and a Clefable, and they only use Metronome. They probably only have Metronome in their moveset. So you just have to be prepared for anything, and you're going to see poor Mai is going to just be railed by a wide variety of moves. Use this new move I've never heard of before, Meteor Beam, which is a charge-up move, evidently. We did burn the Clefairy. Currently recording at 7 p.m., so got my cup of coffee, and I'm gonna do my best to stay attentive here. It uses Frost Breath, which, by the way, is a move that always crits. Kind of interesting. It did a lot of damage too. If I didn't have Nightshade, this would be a harder battle for sure. Psychic Terrain, which doesn't really help Clefairy and Clefable very much. And so you can see here, this is just really the luck of the card. And I've had this battle go very well, and in other playthroughs I've had to go very bad. So it really is just the luck of the draw, really. The Clefable is the menace, though. This thing is so bulky, it is hard to kill. So it used Electrify, which makes all of my moves electric type. Interesting, but I don't think it'll matter too much. We send out our Steel type, Massive Dub. And we're going to let Massive Dub claw away at it. It is still doing damage, but this Iron Head is about to do enormous damage, which it did. And I pretty much keep Massive Dub around because it's really good at taking out fairy types. Really, really good. Eventually, when Corvus Squire evolves into Corviknight, it'll gain its Steel type, and at that point I'm not sure I will keep Massive Dub. We will see with time. We will see. So this route is littered with a wide variety of items and Pokemon. There are some Pokemon here that don't appear anywhere else. And we're not talking about Magikarp, because obviously Magikarp appears everywhere. But there's also some really difficult battles that appear here. So I've sped up this section because it does take a while. This is a double battle that is particularly challenging in some playthroughs. So, unlike Gen 5, these medics will not heal you when you take them out. They have a Pawniard and a Togetic, which can be kind of hard to deal with, but thankfully we have a good team for this. I'm going to fake out the Togetic, and then I'm going to paralyze it. We want to prevent it from using flying type attacks on Rock Smash, really. And then we're going to have Rock Smash, Drain Punch on the Pawniard, and that's an easy KO. We learn Headbutt for Kiku, which by the way is actually a pretty good move to learn. I thought about it as like, well, we don't really need Swift for Kiku, not really. So Headbutt is definitely an upgrade in that regard. It used Fairy Wind on me, and thankfully my special defense came through. And that was not too bad. That definitely could have been more difficult. Our Pokemon are perhaps a little bit over leveled for this area, but I think it's not like out of the reason. One thing I was trying really hard to do was I was trying to level up my Mai as much as I could, because my Mai, currently at level 31 as of right now, evolves at level 37 into Dusclops. So we have a great matchup right here, Sock. And Sock doesn't have any moves that could fight me with, so this is definitely an advantage for the ghost types. I can just burn him. He's bulking up to apparently attack me, but I confuse him, and now the confusion combined with the raised attack will certainly do a lot of damage if he hits himself, which he does. And so this poor Sock can't do anything to me. But otherwise, if the Sock was fighting any of my other Pokemon, it would be a huge threat. It really would. So, one thing I realized when I was looking at my party, when I was playing through this part, I realized 3 of my Pokemon, Kiku, Massive Dub, and why am I blanking now? Kiku, Massive Dub, and TT are all weak to ground types, so half of my team is weak to ground types. I do have Savory, who is immune to that, but Savory can only do so much. Eventually I'm going to need a grass or water type to help me with the ground types, maybe even an ice type. It's just something. We get a light clay, which is a nice item if you're playing more defensively. I was surprised to see a Durant here. Durants are pretty powerful, definitely, and their Bug Steel type makes them hard to kill too. And then we have some more battles up here. As you can see, I'm combing through this route, trying to find everything I can. So there's a lot of little items hidden here and there between these these ledges, I guess you could call them. Scroopy, but Scroopy is still a bug, so this is going to be super effective. And that was an easy takedown. Coming up, don't forget, coming up we have our, oh man, it must be 5th or 6th rival battle coming up. I think it was the 5th. It's probably the 5th. And I didn't show it, but I taught Kiku Fire Pledge, which is an 80 power fire move, and it's a huge upgrade over Flame Wheel. I was like, why didn't I teach her that earlier? So, well, you can only do it once you get to Hammerlock, but still. Got this one trainer left. She's the last one on the route. So, as you can see, we're just kind of strengthening our team. Throw is a threat, for sure. We're going to send out My because it is a good way to counter this. Circle Throw would have done a ton of damage. And just confuse Ray right off the bat so that it might hurt itself. It does actually do that. But Throw has such good defenses, it'll be a difficult Pokemon to take down with physical attacks. Thankfully, My doesn't use physical attacks. Nightshade isn't dependent on defense, so it's kind of different. He keeps trying to circle throw me out, but you can't circle throw a ghost. Imagine trying to circle throw some like piece of thin air. It would not work. So that's why this poor throw did not make it. Now, this is a mistake in retrospect. Nightshade always does fixed damage. Hex does double the damage based on status conditions. But look at Duskull's special attack. At only 28, that's not very much, really, at all. So, I regret teaching Hex to him. And, yeah, we're just gonna get these berries. I would highly recommend you always get the berries at the trees and save yourself a little trouble. When it starts shaking, like, at that point, you should stop. And this kind of annoying thing with the berry trees is if you get like 11 berries from the tree and a Pokemon pops out because you didn't catch it in time, Steel Wing, which by the way will be useful later, if you don't catch the Pokemon in the tree in time, then you will not get any of the berries at all. So if you really want the berries, you better stop shaking the tree. Alright, and I lied, this is the last guy, but he has just a coughing. Watch this fire move go up in flames. It's just so satisfying. So satisfying. And that... oh well, I almost forgot about the pseudo. Kiku is not really a good counter to this at all. So we're going to just send out Massive Dub. Massive Dub will eat this attack very well. It's funny, I realized when I was fighting him that Massive Dub and Sudowoodo have very similar stat distributions. They both have very high attack and very high defense. But Massive Dub had the upper hand in this situation. So, that was not too bad. It's funny how he drops that. And we're going to look at the Diglett statues here. They are easy to carve due to a simple design. And we're here on Stow-N-Side. Stow-N-Side also has a lot of items hidden throughout this area. And then there's the fighting gym. If you were playing Shield, it would be a ghost type gym. I have played through Shield, and I have played through Sword. And let me just tell you, they're both really annoying battles. I'm not sure which one is worse, actually. I think they're just about as bad. Not bad in the sense of being, like, easy, but bad in the sense of being, like, actually legitimately difficult. They are difficult. Didn't need anything else because we stocked up earlier. always remember to check out the people, because this guy gave me 2 fossils just for talking to him. So, if you've got the time and you're not in a rush, make sure you talk to the people you are around. It's important. So, we're going to briefly search through here. I kneel down to the Maractus as it tries to sell me some fruit. And this guy will buy items for higher than their average price. And this guy will sell you rare items. The cracked pot will evolve the T Pokemon. I don't know why I'm forgetting the name of it. But you don't need to get a cracked pot, because there's a cracked pot actually hiding on one of the ledges in this town. It's just sitting there. So I would highly recommend you don't buy one when you could just get one for free. So anyway, we're gonna run past this group of Diglets and climb up this ladder. If you're in this town, go up the ladder. Trust me. Go up the ladder. There's 2 important items up here. First, you want to go to this, not this, you don't want to do that trade. Go to this Sparkle, and you'll get a metal coat, which is a pretty valuable item, especially if you want to trade. And then go over here, and you'll get Venoshock. So if you have a poison type or a Pokemon that could use Venoshock, that's a pretty handy move to have, especially since the next gym is a fairy type gym. So, always make sure you grab those. And now we're gonna prep up to fight Hop. Hop has changed up his team, but fortunately for me, I know what he has, so I'm not scared of him. Just double checking here, but I don't think there was anything in here. No, I don't think there was anything in here. I hate when they put doors in there that you can't enter. Like, what's the point of a door if it can't open? Alright, so here's Hop. He's depressed after losing a battle. Boo-hoo. And I guess for a 10-year-old, I think people would get down. Fair enough. But we're going to clock him really quick so we can get through. So, he's going to start out with his new Pokemon, Cramorant. Water flying type. This thing can be really annoying if you don't have a good counter for it, but thankfully we have TT, so we're just gonna blast him with some electricity really quick and get a quick W. It's just like with Gyarados, so you want to use electric type attack. So that was easy. And so he has, let me think. I don't remember if he has his starter in this battle, actually. He has a Silicobra, which is a ground type, so of course he's going to send it out on my TT. I sent out Mai, because the Mai has Levitate, so of course it's going to be resistant to this. I did kind of over-rely on Mai, but I got really unlucky. He had Brutal Swing, which does a lot of damage. Ouch. If it uses that, that's an easy 3-hit KO, and this is a good example of why Nightshade is better for this situation, because Hex is just not going to do enough damage. At this point, our burn attack is missed. We need to heal up because we've taken some blows. And Silicobra is actually kind of a threat. It uses Glare on us. This kind of pissed me off. It paralyzed me. Glare is normally a normal type move. No, it is a normal type move. So why was it able to glare a ghost? Why? Anyway, we finally get our Will-o'-the-Wisp off on him and burn him. See, now watch the damage here with Hex. He did less damage because he was burned. Now watch this. It was moderate, but Hex requires setup, and I'm more hesitant to use those kind of moves that require setup, especially if it takes like 1 or 2 turns of setup. Like at that point, you're just wasting time. Just have a stronger move available, or one that's reliable, like Nightshade. And yes, he did have his starter. I didn't remember. Alright, so we can't do too much here, but we're going to try to use... we're going to try to confuse him before we swap out. He is smart and actually lowered our defense. At this point, it's too dangerous to keep my in, so we gotta swap her out. I have a wide variety of Pokemon that could deal with this. And I chose Kiku because I have the Fire Pledge and I want to see him explode in flames. You know, it's one of those moves that just feels so cool to use. Now, for some reason, when this Wacky is fighting, it misses all of its attacks. I don't know why. Its accuracy is so poor, it might as well be looking through glass in the dark. It's horrible. So, here's an example. Just awful. Awful. I don't know how Thwacky players do it, because they're always missing. So, we're gonna finish it off. I had to lower his HP a little bit there, because, that will finish him off, yeah. Sometimes you gotta do that. Yeah, if I hadn't had to headbutt him, I don't think I would have been able to KO him like that. A lot of our Pokemon are getting levels up, and now he has 1 Pokemon left. Oh no, what could it be? It's Baby. So we're going to finish off the Baby. Though I will say, when it evolves, this Pokemon evolves, it'll be a lot stronger. Truly a labor of love, though, to get it to work. By the way, if you want me to stop putting music over the battles, please just tell me, and I will stop doing it. I think some people may not be comfortable with it. For me, since I've played through Sword and Shield so many times, I just got tired of the music every once in a while, and I want to replace it. So if you don't like it, then just tell me, and I will just leave it in. Okay, so Toxel uses Flail here, and it hasn't even lost any HP, so that did nothing. I'm just going to raise my attack, and I'm going to hit it with Iron Head. Or maybe Payday. No, I did Payday, okay. Payday is kind of nice, because if you want to earn some more money, that's a good way to do it. Sassy little boy, lowered my attack. So we're back down to neutral attack, which is annoying. I think Tearful Look is actually a priority move, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. And then we're going to go for Iron Head as long as we don't get paralyzed. Yep, and we broke through. Easy win. So I will applaud Hop for changing up his team and trying new things. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. And I think Pokemon trainers do that all the time. But you gotta stick to some favorites that are strong, or else you're not gonna make it through. So you just gotta adapt and survive. Alright, so that's Hop's battle. And now we can fight Bea. So, skipped a little more story that wasn't important, and we are going to do our gym battle for Beta. Beta? That's an unfortunate mispronunciation. Bea. My mistake. Okay, so if you've played through Sword and Shield, the layout of this is pretty much the same for both games. Doesn't matter if you're in the Ghost Gym or the Fighting Gym, it's pretty much the same. You gotta do the tilt-a-whirl around, and it's actually kind of fun. I think in speedruns this would take up a lot of time. I don't know, I always think of speedruns for this kind of thing, you know? You just think of ways to optimize things. See, like that would take up less time. But as you can see later, I'll get caught up in the midst of this. And so the fighting type trainers and Bea in this gym use pretty strong fighting type Pokemon, and I would highly advise, if you're going through this gym, bring ghost types, flying types, and psychic types. And fairy types, because you're going to need all the power you can get. Sayri and Maya will be our point Pokemon for this. They are perfect for this, and Sayri does a lot of damage, so it's always a good Pokemon to use. Unfortunately for us, he sends out a much tougher Pokemon right after that, Stuffle. Beware is a threat. Doesn't matter what you're using, it's always going to hit like a truck. So, I decide, well, let's amp up our attack a little bit. It Brutal Swings us, which will do a healthy amount of damage. It's not stab though, because Beware is a normal fighting type. And you're going to hit it with another Pluck. And that did more than half, so that, in thinking over it again, I may have not needed to do that again. So, that worked just fine, no problem. And we are moving right along. TT learns Roar, which this is another move. Thinking back, I should have not replaced this move. I really shouldn't have replaced this move. But for right now, we're just gonna go with Roar, man. Gonna go with Roar. I could have even kept Quick Attack and Roar, but no, I had to get rid of Thunder Wave. And the reason why I did that was because TT has static, so TT can kind of paralyze it just by physical attacks. So, we're going to move on. Checking up here. Oh yeah, we want to heal our Pokemon ups. Obviously, you don't want to send Sayri in the red. That would not be a good idea. As you will see, the spinning wheel, tilt-a-whirl, cups, teacups, whatever the heck you call these, do get progressively harder as time goes on. You can technically swerve really hard there and make it across without having to go down. And you fall down here. And bops you up here. It's really important that you don't miss like a really hard turn, or else you'll waste time. So, beautiful execution there. And now we can move on to the next trainer. And you'll notice these gym trainers do get progressively harder. So, we have gym trainer Claire, and she has a Galarian Farfetch'd, which is a pure fighting type. So, Sayri would be fine to take this out. Wow, yeah, that was nothing. That was super quick battle. No problem at all. And it's partially because our Pokemon are pretty well trained. We're already pretty high up there. Give me your lady. Give me your number, lady, and I'll call you later. Okay, so I'm gonna turn right. Oh no, I cut it. Yeah, skipped a little bit. That's always a nice feeling. Now I think you can turn right like really hard here and make it. I think you would have to do it after you go off that ledge though. Not really sure. So right now I'm kind of messing up and wasting time. I promise I'm not failing on purpose. So here we go. We gotta go up, and then we gotta turn really hard right all the way down. And we did that. Alright, and then you just kind of let this go, and it does it for you. Boom. Alright. Last trainer. And if I remember correctly, he has a Hitmonlee and a Hitmonchan. This time we're gonna have Mai take care of it. Our job is to defeat all the reckless gym trainers. This guy kind of looks like a gas station attendant. Anyway, Hitmonlee. This can be a dangerous Pokemon. Fortunately, we have our Ghost type, and that will counter him very well. I mean, burning a fighting type is just totally ruins them. He has that alone right there. Revenge will just destroy you, but fortunately we're a Ghost type and we're immune, so it doesn't affect us. See, that's just what I'm talking about right there. We used Hex, and it did middling damage. Honestly, pretty disappointing damage. And unfortunately for most of these fighting types, they only know normal and fighting type moves, and so for most of these ghosts, it's not going to do anything. So even if you had a Pokemon that would be theoretically weak, partially, like Frostlass, which is an ice ghost type, it still wouldn't hit, because it's a ghost. Which I think is a cool thing. That's definitely a helpful thing. Alright, and then we have our Hitmonchan. Ironically, this Hitmonchan is stronger than our Rock Smash, though. So, I mean, it's still a threat, to be fair. And when I was fighting it, I was worried because I knew Hitmonchan would actually have moves that could hit me. I knew that was going to happen. Fortunately, Mai has good defense, so she can take a hit or two, maybe three, maybe thrice. So we got it confused. And now we're going to burn it too, might as well. You have to be wary, it might have, no, it doesn't have guts. I always get that mixed up. Because Tyrogue has guts. However, Hitmonchan does not, which is true for mine. My Hitmonchan Rock Smash has Keen Eye, and that just prevents us from having our accuracy lowered. But hey, you know, that's a helpful ability too. So if you have moves that are lowering your accuracy, then it'll be harder to fight. So as you can see, we're taking care of this pretty capably, and the combination of confusion and burning is pretty bad for fighting types. So we got an easy win there. And now we're ready to fight Bea. And it goes without saying, but Bea is like a step or two above all the other trainers in the room. Not just because she's Bea, but because she's way stronger than them. In terms of levels too. She's probably 2 or 3 levels higher than the gym trainers. So you should not take her lightly. And this is also true of the ghost type leader in Shield. But we're talking about Bea today. So we finished our goal here, and notice we have not saved, we have not skipped anything. If I lose here, I lose here, and they don't come. I have to go through it all over again. Though if you get defeated in a Galar Gym battle, it just takes you back to the stadium again. You don't actually have to go through the whole thing again. So, no more speaking. Let's just get to the battle. Out of all of them, Bea is my personal favorite, so of course I'm going to take some picks. And yeah, we're just going to get right into the meat of this battle. So, you'll notice we started out with Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee. Bea starts out with a Hitmontop. Hitmontop is pretty bulky, so the strategy I wanted to try here was I was going to try to intentionally bait the Hitmontop to get paralyzed by Static, my TT's ability. So I just need to have it use a physical move on me. I got lucky the first turn because it flinched. So I used Bite again. This time it used Counter. And I was fortunate because Bite didn't do very much, so it didn't actually counter very much. So we're just going to keep biting. I wanted to see how far I could push him, basically. So it counters us again. As you can see, since counter doubles the amount of damage back at you, and I'm not doing very much damage, got a flinch there, I'm not actually losing very much health. So this was kind of working. Kind of. Until it used revenge, which is a completely different move. The attack powers doubles when it gets hit. So it goes from 50 to 100. So that's a pretty steep change. So him on top still has a good amount of health left. Notice Bea has 4 Pokemon. One of them being her ace, or a champ, being quite powerful. So fortunately for us, that pluck was enough to take care of the Hitmontop. But now we have Pangoro, and oh my goodness, Pangoro, man, this Pokemon is annoying because it uses Circle Throw to throw out your Pokemon and swap them up with something else. So I decided let's throw in Rock Smash because Pangoro is a dark fighting type, so it actually is weak to fighting type moves. And I think we got Night Slashed. Okay. So we're gonna do our kind of classic combo here. Gonna fake out first for some more damage. And that actually did some fair damage. Then we're gonna do a Drain Punch, do as much damage as possible basically. And Pangoro survived it, but it did do a ton of damage. And so this is where she gets smart and she circle throws Hitmonchan out of the ring. Hitmonchan? Hitmonchan. How do I keep mispronouncing that name? So Mai came in and I thought, no, this isn't a bad situation. But remember, Pangoro is a dark type Pokemon. So this was not really a good situation because I didn't have any Pokemon that could fight it, or any moves that would do a lot of damage. And I decided, let's be cocky. Let's push the envelope a little bit here. And I Dynamaxed my so that I could do more damage. This was really stupid. This was very stupid, because watch what he's about to do. Pangoro uses Night Slash and almost insta-kills Mai. And Mai uses this, and even a Dynamax move was not enough. So I couldn't really swap out Mai, so this idea just did not work at all. And I realized that very quickly. I just couldn't do enough damage, so I used Max Guard to kind of stall him out a little bit, though there's really no point in stalling. And you can see it had Bullet Punch too, which I didn't even know you had. So, fair point. If you have a Fairy type, then Fairy type would be weak to that. So, yeah, I probably should have attacked again. Well, this put Mai in a really awkward situation, no question. And also leaves Mai vulnerable to a Night Slash. I'm actually slower than Pangoro, so I just had to swap out. You couldn't really do much else. So this Pangoro is being a serious problem. It's just being very annoying. She goes for Night Slash, as we expected, and it did a fair amount of damage, but I'm going to go for a Headbutt and finish him off. And I thought, okay, well, let's go on to her ace now, which is the champ, and I completely forgot she has another Pokemon, which is her Surfetch'd. Oh my gosh. Surfetch'd is actually pretty bulky, so this Pokemon is dangerous. So I decided let's try to headbutt it to flinch so we can get a little more damage off. I got lucky. However, Surfetch'd has Steadfast, which raises its speed. So now Surfetch'd is faster. Decided to go with my strongest move in Fire Pledge, and it did moderate damage. But he just revenged being killed me, so. I As you can see, this battle is not going according to plan. We're losing Pokemon quickly. I'm gonna send in Sayri to try to take out the Surfetch'd with the Pluck. Will Surfetch'd live? No, he won't. So, it's been a difficult battle. And now we have her last Pokemon. But before that, we learned Drill Peck on Sayri, which is a big upgrade. 80 power move compared to a 60 power move. That is a big upgrade. So, Sayri gets a more powerful move. Rock Smash levels up and learns Mega Punch. Now, I know what you're going to probably say. You're going to replace one of these good moves with a combo that you know works with Mega Punch. With Mega Punch. A 85 accuracy move. Oh, I actually didn't do it this fight, but I did later. Okay, so this is where the fire really turns on in the battle. Her level 36 Machamp is really strong. And it has dark type moves too, which makes it difficult for Ghost and Psychic types to retaliate. So she's gonna hurl her Gigantamax, and now we have to deal with a Gigantamax Machamp for 3 turns. And yeah, Gigantamax Machamp is not easy. No, not easy at all. I was stupid. I really should have just went for damage there. I was trying to build up some attack. So the champ goes for max darkness to do as much damage as possible. And it does do a lot of damage. Lowers my special defense. And I'm going to go for the Drill Peck that I raised my attack for. And to Sayri's credit, it does do a crit and take out 70% of his health. So that went well. That went well. But now Sayri is dead. So notice the options that we have to send in are not too great. Rock Smash is beat up. My is weak to dark type moves. And Massive Dove is a steel type. It's not going to be able to take this. So we are not in a good situation here at all. Send in Rock Smash. I made a crucial mistake here. Fake Out is a flinch ninjutsu move, but you can't flinch a giant or dynamic. Let me just rephrase that. You can't flinch a Dynamax Pokemon. They can't be flinched. So I just completely wasted that. That was stupid. And then here's My. My is... Oh, well, first of all, I was thinking, well, when is it gonna go back to regular Machamp? There you go. Machamp is weak, and honestly about anything would weaken it at this point. But he hits me with a knockoff and kills me instantly. Oh my gosh. My is just gone. And now that just leaves us with one Pokemon left. Massive Dub. Can Massive Dub pull off this battle? We go for a Payday, just for a simple move. Will it do enough damage? No. No, it didn't. He goes for a Revenge, which will do double the amount it would normally do, and wow. Wow, guys, we lost the battle. It was so close. It was so close. We almost had that W. But no, we got a fat L instead. So, I made some crucial mistakes in that battle. I was way too cocky, especially when I Dynamaxed My. That was not necessary at all. So, let's skip to the second battle of this. So, we're going to do a different strategy altogether. I've replaced some of the moves of my Pokemon here. So, we got Thunder Wave back instead of Roar. And this will paralyze Hitmontop first. So, Hitmontop will be slightly not as annoying to deal with. Revenge still hurts a lot. So we're going to put TT away. TT did her job. She was supposed to paralyze them. I was kind of debating, what is the best next move for this? And I said, let's stay in. We're going to kind of just push TT to the limit here. We got lucky for this first turn with the paralysis. I'm going to put the bite. He already was paralyzed, so it didn't matter. He must have had bullet punch or something. Yeah, because he was going faster than me. And then we just do bite again. You can see I'm trying to go for a flinch strategy like I did with Kabu. Then I'm going to use a shockwave and do a little more damage, but he revenges me. So unfortunately TT has to sit this one out. Good job TT, you did your job. Alright, so next Pokemon up to the plate is ironically one of the other forms of Tyrogue's evolutions. Tyrogue evolution versus Tyrogue evolution. And since we have a distinct speed advantage here, I'm going to first hit him with the fake out, and then I believe I'll just follow up with a Drain Punch. No, actually, why did I go for the Thunder Punch? That was a stupid move. Why did I do that? No. I really should have just went for the Drain Punch and finished him off there. That was a stupid... So, yeah, that was... It had Quick Attack. That's the priority move. Okay, that's just a mistake, where, I didn't know his moveset, and I just made a really stupid mistake, You make stupid mistakes sometimes. So we know this Hitmontop has Quick Attack now, so it has priority. What's he gonna do now? Is he gonna heal, or what's gonna happen here? Well, he didn't heal, and he didn't use Quick Attack again, so he just took that L, and now that annoying Hitmontop is out of the way. But now we have another annoying Pokemon to deal with in Pangoro. Thankfully, we have a better strategy for Pangoro this time, because now we know what to expect. I mean, Pangoro is pretty much always annoying. But we're going to use a double kick for some easy damage. I think it Circle throws me out. No, this surprised me. It used Workup to raise its attack, which is pretty scary, because this thing already does a lot of damage. You don't want it to hit even harder. So, this put us in an awkward position. I decided just to keep Kiku in. Use Fire Pledge, but that wasn't enough. He's gonna Night Slash us. Kiku lived, which is pretty impressive. Good on you, Kiku, for surviving that strong hit. But then he Bullet Punched us. So we are just getting owned by these priority moves right now. And that's just another example of me making a stupid mistake. So yeah, this was an annoying battle for sure. But my first loss was a completely deserved loss. I wasn't even angry that Bea beat me the first time at all, because I made really stupid mistakes the first time, and I still am making really stupid mistakes. But it's because she's so well programmed. She's so good at fighting. So we finally got rid of Pangoro. Now we got our Surfetch'd, which can be a dirty Pokemon to deal with. I was kind of worried that Surfetch'd might have something like Night Slash hidden in its sleeve. Like I said, I didn't know its moveset before. I used Detect, so we tricked it out of that. And I'm going to use Will-O-Wisp. Luckily for me, he used Sword Stance, which raises his attack, but I'm about to just destroy his attack stat. And now that's going to make it much harder for Surfetch'd to do damage. And I believe I followed this up with a Confuse Ray. Yeah, we double checked. It's kind of confusing because Will-O-Wisp halves the enemy's attack, but he's raised his attack, and then he raised his attack again. So now it would be probably about back to the point where it was before. It's a little confusing. And now we're going to Confuse Ray, which with his higher attack stat will do a lot of damage if he hits himself. So now we're in a good position. You will notice we've changed back to Nightshade because Hex was just not doing the job. Hex was not good enough. And as predicted, Confusion did a lot of damage. And that was a clean kill. Very well done, mate. Or my. Very well done. And Sayori's gonna get a level up. And now we just have the Machamp left. And we have more Pokemon this time and kind of a better strategy. So let's see how we finish this off this time. I'm going to start with a Confuse Ray so that I can just have him do more damage to himself, basically. But, you know, I made kind of the same mistake here. I kept in my on a Pokemon that obviously has a Dark type move. The champ has probably Payback, would be my guess at what the move is. And he's just gonna hammer us with Max Darkness. Yeah, I don't think she would have been able to live that attack. So, my at least took out one Pokemon. And, yeah, we're not in a good position. We're down to just 2 Pokemon left. Savory has Drill Peck she can use. But I'm going to take it a step further and use Max Airstream. So, we just need to do as much damage as possible. Interestingly enough, the champ will not use fighting type moves on Corvisquire because Corvisquires are flying types, pure flying types, and they actually would resist it. So that's why it's using Max Darkness on Corvisquire. For a lot of the bird Pokemon, they're normal flying, so it would be neutral, but not for Corvisquire because it's pure flying. So we got a speed boost there. It's going to hit us with a Max Darkness, and that was not enough to take her out. Which means we have a clean second hit now. So, yeah, formidable battle, for sure. You do not want to take her for granted. And her priority moves were just killer. Oh my gosh. I should have predicted them the second time, let's be honest. But, yeah. We finally got through Baya's Gym after a second difficult battle, but it was more predictable. And that's our fight with Baya. Well, the second fight anyway, with Baya. So, we are going to carry on. And I believe she's going to give us, or tell us how high the Pokemon we can catch in the wild area are. She has a beautiful smile. I love Baya's smile. And, yeah, it was a good battle, definitely. She was a challenging gym leader. Much more challenging than the last few. Leagues more challenging than Kabu. We totally destroyed Kabu, but okay, up to 40. So we'll try to remember that. So we can catch wild area Pokemon up to 40 now. And she's going to give us Revenge, which I love Revenge. Revenge is awesome. If you take a physical hit, it does double the damage. So that's why it's a really powerful move to have. Not just for fighting types, but for any Pokemon. So we have a story event up here where we have to fight. Right after doing the gym leader, we have to fight Kirby, our rival. Or rather our second rival, I guess you should say. So, we pretty much know what to expect from Kirby at this point. I'm gonna heal up really quick. I believe at this point I swapped Mega Punch onto Hitmonchan. It was a good battle. I kind of wish TT did more, but TT's not got the best defenses, so it honestly wasn't going to be able to do too much anyway. That's been one problem with TT. Shockwave was really good at early levels, But now that TT's stronger and older, and all the other Pokemon are stronger and older, Shockwave is not doing enough damage, not even close. And it's really disappointing. So we are going to load up Mega Punch. Because it's just, I know what you're saying, it's an inaccurate move and it does moderate damage, like what's even the point? I like Mega Punch. I really do. I like Mega Punch. I like it. So we're going to replace Mega Punch with Bullet Punch. And just try it out. You know, kind of a dry trial run. And if I don't like it, then we'll just replace it later. And I actually even had the idea of giving Rock Smash a Silk Scarf, which will boost the power of Mega Punch from 85 to like 90. Yeah, it's kind of a stupid thing to do, but you know, I like weird strategies like that sometimes. So here's Silk Scarf. We're gonna give it to Rock Smash. And now we are ready to go try to fight Kirby. This will be the last big battle of the day. Or rather, the gameplay, I should say, not the day. I guess you could be watching this night, day, morning, dusk. I guess it doesn't matter what time you watch this. So we're just gonna roll on up here, and we're gonna skip some story-related things and just get right to the battle. It's interesting to note this will be our last time to fight him until much, much later in the game, like in-game. So we won't be seeing Kirby much until later after we fight him. Which is nice, because I don't like fighting him. So, here's Kirby. He starts off with his Duosion. He did evolve it, so it'll do more damage now. I'm gonna just go with the bite. See, you know, I'm always fishing for those flinches, and I got a crit, which is pretty good. Pretty good. And I actually did flinch him, so that was perfect. That was, wow, beautiful. TT does not disappoint. Now, I had the option to teach Mai Curse here, which, as you know, lowers Mai's attack or HP by half, and then puts a curse on the enemy. That's a really risky strategy, so I didn't do it. So I went for Bite, and he went for Psybeam. That did half health. I'm gonna go for another Bite, another Psybeam, and TT lives it. So good job, TT. Good, took out 2, and even got a crit to top it off. So nice. Gothorita, one Pokemon I wish I could get, and we're gonna bite it. We're just pushing the envelope, and TT gets taken out. Still, TT did a very good job. We're gonna send in Mai and have her use Payback, because Payback, if I get hit by a move, it'll do double the damage, which I do get hit by a move, and it does do double the damage. And you know, it's just my problem with Kirby is he's very predictable, very. And then he sends in his last, which is his Galarian Ponyta. I'm going to use, just keep using Payback. It's a safe bet. And, yeah. He just used Agility, which I don't know why, to be honest. I don't know why he did that. And easy win. So, we beat Kirby, and, yeah, now we can move on. We skipped the story right after Kirby. Kirby got kicked out because he destroyed a monument. And then we're going to skip to I trained a little bit more, and we actually evolved Mai, level 37 in the forest. Now we got a much more strong Dusclops, and I had to show that to you because Dusclops is cool. And I promise I'll have a surprise, wink, 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 when we have our next gameplay. So, really cool. It learns Shadow Punch, which is a signature move. Gotta have Shadow Punch. What did I replace Shadow Punch with? Was it just Nightshade? I think it was just Nightshade. It does 60 damage and it never misses, which for physical move is pretty good. Like I said, I'll probably bring Nightshade back though. Yeah, that's just how it goes. And we got a powerful new asset to the team. And not much else important happened in the forest. So, we'll just call it a day there. This has been Yort17819987. When we come back, we'll explore the forest a bit more, and we'll take on the fairy type gym leader, and we'll have some more fun. I want to thank you for watching. This is Yort17819987 signing out.